Hello, in today's video I will show you how to integrate Jira and Monday using Getint. I'll show you how to set up the integration with some configuration options and then display how the sync looks like. You can see the application here on the Atlassian Marketplace, and you can start a 30-day free trial from the page right here. And then once you open the application in your Jira, you will be met with a screen like this. And all you have to do is simply create the integration, choose continuous sync as this is what we are after today, and then connect both apps, so in this case Jira and Monday. And the way to do it, you have to select which application you want. In this case we'll start with Jira, and then you can create a new connection. The process of creating these connections is laid out in our documentation, so we're there along the way. And just to show you, you provide the URL, and then you can select the authentication type and provide necessary credentials for us to connect to your instance. I'll connect to an already created one, and then the next step is to connect to the project that you want to sync. There is an option of syncing many projects in Jira Monday, but for now we'll focus on a one-to-one integration. Hit connect, and we're already connected to Jira, and similar goes to Monday, only that you have to provide only the API token. But again, I will connect to a connection I've already set up, and then select the board to which you want to connect the project you have already selected over on the Jira side. Hit connect, and we already are hooked up to both Jira and Monday, and now we have to decide how the integration should look like. A nice first step is to select the quick build and let the application build the integration for you. It will map the item types and then the fields within them, so we can see we have a bug to an item mapping and then a subtask to an sub item as well, with some fields included like title, assignee, and so on. I'm satisfied with the mapping, so I hit apply. And then I will go and configure these separately. So I have a bug to item mapping. I will go inside because as you see right now in Jira, if a bug is created, Getint will create an item over on the Monday side and same vice versa. But now we have to specify exactly which fields should sync. So here we have a title, assignee, description, sprint, and priority mappings to their counterparts over on the Monday side. If you were Getint didn't pick up some fields, you can go ahead and add a new field mapping, select which site you'd like to start with, find the field that you're interested in. In this case, I will add a field, maybe a due date, to the Monday site and date field, as well as a dropdown, which I have as a single select, and map it over to the Monday site. And let's say that this is pretty much what I'd like my integration to sync, and then I can configure specific field mappings. Because if a field is not a text, it can be like a dropdown as we have just mapped. So we'll have to map the available options across the project. So I will do just that. And in a moment you will see that I will run out of options over on the Monday side, and I have still one remaining one on the Jira. So what I can do is to merge these options into let's say like the scenario right here, so that if it is either option 2 or 3 on the Jira, it will map it to the option 2 over to the Monday side, and if it happens vice versa, it will select it by default over to the option 2, which you can change by clicking the set default over here. So let's close this one. Similar goes to assignees or like user pickers. You just have to select the users across the instances. I'll have just one over on the Monday, so this will do. And then I have one mapping for a sprint group. Let's say that this is pretty much what I want to achieve. So I will just select for which board I want to configure the sprints, and again map the values across. All right. Let's check the priority. It's a similar story, but we can see Getint already pretty much mapped all the values. Let's just check if there is anything remaining one. So we have the lowest on the right and nothing on the left. So I will map it many to one to the low over on the Monday side. So I have my mappings done. There are some additional options. I can also merge a field. So I will merge a field over from the Jira, so that I want the issue key of the item from Jira to be merged into the title over on the Monday. And now we can proceed with the rest of the configuration. Here we can also decide on the direction of the sync. as well for specific fields, as well as whether these specific fields should be synced on update or on create, or just both. It really is up to you. You can create some different configurations here depending on your use case of the integration. Let me just leave it as default. So we can proceed to the statuses. Statuses are mapped on a separate tab. First, we have to verify whether this field used for the item status is correct, and then again map the values across. We can see Getint already mapped two of them, but these two are quite different, so we'll have to fix that, and then stack this, map it as well to the in progress, and there we go. We can also change the direction here if you'd like. Comments and attachments, I will leave everything as default, but here you can change the direction of the sync, filter the comments, some additional configuration regarding to the footnote or whatnot, and then just remember to check if the attachments are enabled. Then on the advanced section, I can decide on like a global direction of the sync or the new update logic. I'll leave it as default as well. Hierarchy doesn't really apply here, so I will go to the sub item. I will leave it as is. Let's not go too long, but for the subtask, please enable the hierarchy so that the subtasks over on the Jira can be created and linked to the respective parent. From this screen, you can also filter out items. So I can filter out items for Jira and then for Monday. And how you do it, you can decide on which step we should or to which items we should apply the filter, and then simply select on which field the filter should be based on and the operator, and then basically what criteria should allow the item to be synced. But we're pretty set here. I will now name the integration and then create it. And now from this point onward, we'll have things happening, and let's just see how that works in action. All right, so let's sync an item. Just FYI, I've changed one mapping. I've added a sprint 1 and 2 to group 1 and 2, but let's simply create a bug in Jira. Alrighty, and let's do the same for Monday. Let's create a task on Monday. Let's fill out the fields we have mapped. Now we already see the item from Jira has appeared, so we can see that we have the merged issue key into the title. We have the description, the status, the person was assigned to the account. We have the date, we have the dropdown, which was supposed to be option 2. We have the lowest over to the low, and as well we should see the comment appear. We also have the subtask in Jira 1, which we created. And if I open it up, we have also the comment with the author and then the creation date of the original comment. So that went all pretty nicely. And now we can see if the other item has already synced across. You can see 3 items. I believe the Monday item has already synced, so I'm not sure if I was able to apply all the changes, but to apply all the changes in time, but let's check. So it seems I made everything in time. We have the sprint 1, option 1, we have the due date, we have the priority as highest, I am the assignee, so everything looks pretty nice. Then of course you can configure all of it as to your liking. This is like a template on how to get going. Feel free to reach us out on via our support portal. We'll be happy to help out set it up. So that's it for the video, and have a nice weather. Bye bye.